Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Archmage Raven. Today I'm bringing you a let's play walkthrough something of Divinity Original Sin 2. This is one of my favorite games that has come out in the past 2 years. I've not been enthralled by a game like this since The Witcher 3 came out. Unfortunately, nowadays not too many games have this heart and soul put into them, but thankfully Larian Studios did a very good job of designing and executing this modern classical RPG. It's a turn-based it has a turn-based combat system. You got your like races that you can choose from, uh, each with its own flavor. uh, you can design your class. I'm gonna get more into that as we play the game. Not don't want to waste that much time in the character creation. We're gonna be playing this as the Red Prince, which is one of the origin characters, basically the characters that you can recruit as companions. And this is because I wanted for some time to actually experience his story from his perspective, and we're gonna try to roleplay him as much as we can. In terms of talents, I've chosen Lone Wolf because I'm gonna do this as a Lone Wolf let's play. I may recruit one other companion, I'm not yet sure, I'm gonna see once I reach Fort Joy. We're gonna be playing as a Metamorph. I really like their playstyle, they're very flexible. Most consider them a crowd control class. I wouldn't necessarily disagree, however, I would state that based on my experience with the game so far, they don't necessarily control crowds, mostly they control single targets. They do have some skills that affect multiple targets, but it's kinda circumstantial. Now, generally, the Metamorph starts out with points into Finesse. This is because the devs intended it to be played with a spear. However, we're not going to do that. We're going to be a strength-based character. I'm going to be using most likely a two-handed sword or axe or mallet, who knows. Because of the Lone Wolf, we get double the bonus from the points we put into our attributes, and this also applies for our abilities. Unlike Divinity Original Sin 1, the combat and civil abilities have been split in two, which means that every level you're gonna get one skill for combat abilities, and every couple of levels you're gonna get a skill, an ability for the civil tree. Uh, Honestly, I think this is a very good decision, mainly because in Divinity Original Sin 1, you would end up having, like, if you wanted to get sneaking, you had to sacrifice a point from what you would have gained in that level, and you wouldn't be able to put that point into your combat. So, I think this is very well designed, mainly because you don't need that many points in the civil area. Like, if you play a rogue type character, you can just focus on these two. You do get bonuses from items for them, so it's not worth it. It wouldn't have been worth investing your regular points into this. So very good decision on the devs end. Two-handed, like I mentioned, because we have Lone Wolf, when we put a skill point in two-handed, we get two. Uh, this does not affect polymorph. So this is because whenever you put a skill in polymorph, as you see there, it says one free attribute point per point invested. This really helps out on the attribute side. However, if it would have gained effects from Lone Wolf, it would have meant that you should have gotten 2 points from polymorph, which would have made you overpowered. So it's okay. We get the best of both worlds. Skill wise, I've chosen to go with the standard chicken, tentacle, bull. I wanted to use chameleon cloak instead of chicken. This is because I'm gonna try to play in such a way that we can damage their health directly without having to bypass the physical armor. So the way it works in this game, you no longer have like an armor that reduces the damage you receive based on a percentage. You have a physical and magical armor stat, and effects on you can only be applied when that armor is depleted. Now, Bullhorn lets you grow a pair of horns, and it gives you a skill where you can dash through enemies and inflict direct pure damage, so ignoring the physical and the magical armor. It also applies bleeding, however bleeding I believe is blocked by physical, doesn't really matter because the damage from it is small. But what you can do is you can use Chameleon Cloak once Bullhorns expires. It's gonna remain one turn on cooldown, you're gonna be hidden, and then you can use it again and then just dash through the enemies back and forth and apply direct damage. And I'm gonna show you, actually, you know what, let's do that so I can show you exactly what I mean. Let's see, anything else? No, that's pretty much it. Let me show you, because we're gonna like roleplay as the Red Prince, let me show you his origin story, because I think it's awesome.
Famed, of course, for my unique red skin and unparalleled skills as a general of the House of War, I, the Red Prince, was raised within the vast palaces of the fabled Forbidden City. I was destined to become the next emperor. But my ambitions suffered a bit of a setback when I fell from grace for cavorting with demons. Now, I'm exiled and hunted by assassins. But I assure you, I remain undaunted and as determined as ever to claim my rightful throne.
Awesome. I really like how he says undaunted. Yeah, so as you can see, he is noble. He's also a scholar, so he's very intelligent. He's read a lot of books, and the thing with him is he's a bit narcissistic and, I don't know, arrogant most of the times, and we're gonna play him as such, and we're gonna try to either get him back on the throne or see where the adventure takes us. I've chosen this instrument because I think it's the best one. As you've seen in the origin story, the voice acting is impeccable, golden, just like this armor. No complaints. There's even a narrator in the game that like gives you context and creates this image of how the interactions look like how the devs intended the interaction or the atmosphere to be. I think it's very, very well executed. Yeah, that's about it for the intro. Most likely I'm gonna make this the first video, kind of like the introduction to the series and the character that we're gonna play, and then we're gonna start out in like the game on the tutorial section. Yeah, that's that's the word I was looking for. So thank you guys for stopping by. Like the video if you like it, and see you in the next one.